This week could be tricky. That's our topic on today's Backstage Pass. Well, hey there, everyone. Stocks are mixed so far today here in the early afternoon. Mortgage bonds are down, but they're well off their lows from the morning sessions. And, as we talked about yesterday, this week has the potential to be a tough week for the bond market to navigate. It could get a little bit tricky this week, and here's why. First off, tomorrow we've got the 10-year Treasury auction that happens at 1 p.m. Eastern. And then following that, right after that, we've got the Fed meeting minutes that are going to be released by the Fed. These are the minutes from the most recent Fed meeting that they have. And so we've got this kind of bang, bang, and then the next day, on Thursday at 8:30 a.m. Eastern, we've got CPI. And let's talk about the CPI for just a minute. So like we've talked about before, the CPI reading, this reading, is going to be for the month of September. It replaces last year's 2021, September 2021 reading. And so the reading replaces the previous year's reading, and that's how we get our year-over-year inflation data, right? That's where that information comes from. So the problem with this reading that's going to come out on Thursday is that it's going to be replacing a 0.25%, a very low inflation reading from September of 2021. So even if the Fed's efforts to combat inflation are taking some effect on the economy and on inflation, well, we may not see that effect in the data because the data this month's reading for September would have to come underneath 0.25% in order to show a decline. If it comes in at 0.25% or over 0.25% for September, we're going to show an increasing reading in inflation. And we got to get past September because last year, October 2021, well, that inflation reading, that monthly inflation reading was much higher. And so that's the rub with this. So the question, we're going to take it back to the bond for a quick second. The question is, what kind of demand are we going to see on this 10-year Treasury tomorrow at this auction? Are investors going to want to buy this 10-year Treasury when they know that the Fed meetings are coming out? That has a potential to be a market moving effect. And then CPI is coming out the next day. How much demand are we going to have on that 10-year Treasury? Could put the markets, the bond market, in a little bit of a turbulent spot for the rest of this week. Might get a little tricky. As for now, though, mortgage bonds are down about 5 basis points at the time of recording. They were down as low as 25 basis points earlier in the day, so they've definitely regained some lost ground. The 10-year yield is down 7 basis points today, kind of reached up and almost touched that 4% yield mark and has come back down significantly since then. The national average for a 30-year fixed rate, the most recent reading that we had, which was from Friday, that came in at 7.12%. We do expect that to be possibly a little bit higher today, given the position of the bonds, but it could come in about the same. We'll just have to see where the day ends. That's all the news that we have for today. As the news comes this week and as we start to navigate this tricky week, we will definitely keep you informed and let you know about how the market is responding. But until then, don't forget, if you have a question, please leave it in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And please, please, please remember, stay positive. Have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow.